Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And off we go from Minneapolis. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and the football's loose. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Wow, that was fast. Might be time to take a step back, and we just started this game. Maybe take a couple of deep breaths. Very first snap, and he nearly gave it away. That could have mentally taken them out of this game.
Yeah, for the player, a little bit easier to respond. For the coaches on the sidelines, that drives them crazy to see the ball on the ground. And we know how precious this ball is in this game.
That one's caught at the 10-yard line. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings take a 6-0 lead right away. That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Blown back, gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Looking to the air here. It's taken in by Lamb. And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. From just shy of midfield on 2nd down. Has him on the quick hitter. Space on the right, and he's got room. And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys finish off their opening drive. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Starting at the 10. This return makes it up to the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 13. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he finds him in the end zone for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings break the tie here in the first. Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. And creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Throwing now on 1st down. He's on the move. It's out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Here's 2nd and 5. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Vikings take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. That's Justin Simmons. Along the right sideline, there's space. And the Cowboys get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
And what a huge bonus on top of the takeaway. Not only did you steal the possession, but you immediately, Kate, flip this field and give your teammates a golden opportunity to punch it in for 6. And if they score quickly, or to put that opposing offense right back out there, still reeling from that interception.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. He'll throw it. Escapes the pocket. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Cowboys parlay the interception into points. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Makes the grab in bounds left side. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Throwing on 1st, it's McCarthy. Defenders there, it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Cowboys come through with a big play to close out our opening quarter. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. We're all knotted up at 14. More from US Bank Stadium after the break. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They have it following that interception on the final play of the 1st quarter. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They're going play action. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Back to throw now. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll be first down, Dallas. Hand off to the back. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
New set of downs for him at the 38. To throw it on first down. Finds him over the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there, where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Throw on third down. That's caught for the first. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll be first down, Dallas. Working inside the red zone. Throw complete to Lamb. Looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Back to the well again. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Now it's second and goal from the 1. He has it on the QB sneak. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Gonna keep this one and go. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning. So fourth down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. Gay's kick is good, and they've taken back the lead.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. On the move. Oh, he loses the football. And the Cowboys scoop it up. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. On first down, they'll run. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Pass play now. Taking the deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had, and incompletion is still pretty good for the defense.
2nd and 10 now. Caught near the goal line. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stump. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point of the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. Going power with a big tight end. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Cowboys will add to their lead at the end of the half. Well, Brock, not sure the play they were running was all that disguised, but with the personnel they had out there, it was going to be tough to stop him either way.
Yeah, there's a great debate. Is it the X's and O's or the Jimmies and Joes? Yep. No debate there. That was the Jimmies and the Joes in their want-to run it right down their throat.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. Completed over the middle. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Minnesota spends its 2nd timeout here. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 1st down, ball at the 36. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Back to the air, McCarthy. He's got a man left. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Kalen Carson with the tackle. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This from 48 on the left hash. And he adjusts enough leg behind that one. It is off the crossbar and through. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's the one back on the handoff. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Felix and Udike Uzama making the tackle that time. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up second and 10. Setting up a throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And he got this close to midfield before going out. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
To the air now on first and 10. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home that sack.
Another try following the sack. Finds a seam down the middle. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Running this one left. And they'll stop him, but not until he has a nice little gain down to the 32. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have second and 3. Another carry for him. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. They give it to him again. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
He brings the offense up now for a first and 10. gets a few on the plunge forward.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Second down now, 7 to go. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
And the Vikings going to the dime package here. Third down coming up. Dropping back to throw. Getting out to his left.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
So fourth down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. He was good on his first attempt, and his second from a little over 45 here.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
He'll take this at the 10. He's got a lane up past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. And now we'll get a pause here. Trainer's headed out to take a look at an injured player. Let's hope it isn't anything that's going to keep him from finishing this season strong. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. First and 10. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They gain 14 on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
New set of downs for him from the 46. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Escapes out to the left. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Damone Clark. And the Cowboys take over on his 5th interception of the season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series. Not
the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels, and right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
First down, and they go right back to him. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. The Cowboys have it with a lead, but the win's not secure just yet. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. They'll motion Lamb right. They'll throw on first. He'll get this to Cup. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. The give now out of the shotgun. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
These aren't the plays that will lead highlight reels, but they're the ones that win you ball games. What a nice game by the back. And now his offense can go in any number of directions on 1st and 10.
Play action on first down. He rolls to his right. Throwing this back in the end. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Vikings have some new life in the fourth.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Forced out to his right. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
He's going to try to drop it in deep right. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Buys time, rolling right. And he'll go out of bounds after a pickup inside the opposing 40. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
And they pick him off again. Picked off by Damone Clark. And the Cowboys get it back on his 6th interception of the season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for him.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Escapes a defender. And he's going to be marked down about 4 yards away from that first down marker.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
The give here on 2nd. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Handoff now out of the gun. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And a big hit on the return to stop it cold. No return on that punt. And it's going to be Vikings football. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Pass is caught. It's T.J. Hawkinson. And he's out of bounds after getting across the 45. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Looking right, and he finds him. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. He's on the move. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Brought in close to the 8. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Chased out to his right. They did it! He made the interception! Byron Murphy picks it. And the Vikings have some new life in the 4th.
Well, I'll admit, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he works his way for a gain of 4. Second and 6 coming up here. Setting up to pass. And they score. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings have taken the lead late. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have won. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Escapes the pocket. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, a better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover, wisely throwing it away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Back to throw. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock's still running. He'll look to throw it. And they're all over him. He goes down. The flag goes down as well, though. Let's wait and see which side this is on. So marching forward after they accept the penalty. They'll have a new set of downs following that defensive penalty. They go play action on first. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's got it deep downfield. And he'll be touchdown after a big play.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, first and goal. Oh, it's a push with a tight end. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw, McCarthy. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game.
We've learned how valuable sacks in a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their first sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball. And they finally pick up a much-needed sack on that stat sheet.
After the sack, another pass on second down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
Now to throw. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. No luck finding his receiver that time. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Looking to throw it. He finds him beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
On the move, headed right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, they got real sticky, stayed tight, and forced the throwaway.
Back to the air, McCarthy. Oh no, the ball is loose! And it's a turnover, the defense has it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on second down. You're trying to create a manageable third down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee. So the Cowboys come in and take this one on the road. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire recently. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys are winners as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.